Boys and girls, what you're about to witness is called literal demolishing. Here we go. Now, at first when I saw this live, I wasn't really impressed. But then when we got to the end, they had a little surprise. That right there is a Cybertruck Plaid pulling a Porsche 911. Oh my God. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Detroit Tesla. Do we have a video for you guys today? As you saw by the title, this is the final nail in the coffin. This is the finito. This is the end for Detroit, what you're looking at right in front of you. So let's dive right into this page explaining everything about Cybertruck and my personal opinion of why Detroit is finished. And did you guys see that pop up on the screen? That's kind of cool. The little emblem you get, the haha yes when you order. So yes, Cybertruck has officially, if you're living under a rock, begun deliveries. It is capable of 11,000 pound towing capacity, 340 miles of range, which is actually 470, and I'll get to that later in this video, and a 2.6 second quarter mile. 0 to 60. Now, let me just go and compare this to the Model X real quick, okay? The Plaid edition, because this is the Plaid edition Cybertruck we're talking about. The 0 to 60 is 2.5, and this weighs like 5,100 pounds, 5,500 pounds, and they're able to do that with Cybertruck that weighs 7,000, just about 7,000 pounds, and we'll get to those official specs later on too, which is mind-blowing, which already alerts to me from this spec that the Cybertruck is now using the 4680 battery architecture, the batteries, and of course a 800 volt. So when you have your batteries in a different serial and parallel, and you also have an 800 volt architecture instead of a 400 volt architecture like the Model X and S Plaid, you're able to do that, right? So some interesting shots of any planet, durable and rugged enough to go anywhere, tackle anything with electronically adaptive air suspension that allows for 12-inch of travel and 17-inch of clearance. No differential underneath the truck, which is amazing. This is my favorite part. No paint, no chips. You don't have to worry about, like you saw in the animation there, little shopping carts knocking into you because there's a bunch of Tesla haters and different stuff and hammers, and this is literally made for working people. I don't know why people are making fun of it online that it's not working for, people that are doing construction and hardworking men, right? Shatter-resistant armor glass can resist the impact of a baseball at 70 miles per hour or Class 4 hail. Acoustic glass helps make the cabin even quiet as outer space, which makes sense. Beyond prepared, haul everything you need with 2,500 pounds payload and 11,000 pound towing capacity with the equivalent of an American, average African elephant. The super tough composite bed doesn't need a liner and is big enough for a 4x8 construction materials. See this awesome automation. This thing just looks like it's made to do truck stuff. That's why I like it. It's a truck. It's ugly. It's ready. It's prepared. Now, we also have some awesome pics of all the stuff you can pack up into it. As you can see here, before I start scrolling down, the animation will put all this stuff in the truck. You can see optional roof liners here for you to install stuff that you're going to see as I start scrolling. The animation starts to change, and you see they put the kayak here on top, along with putting all the stuff inside of there, and there's more room in the frunk that we will get in that is powered, and you can also lock it up too and put it in the vault, which is very, very nice. Let's move on. Now they start mentioning the base range, and I'll get to that, like I said, later in the video of why I'm saying base range of the truck. Travel up to 340 miles on a single charge, enough to get you into the backcountry and beyond. Recover up to 136 miles of range within 15 minutes of supercharging, probably at a V4. This is one of the most interesting parts. If you can see from the shot, you can zoom in. There is a 120 volt, which is just your standard outlet in the United States and North America, integrated in, and below there is a NEMA 1450 or a 240. Now, here's the next part that I'm going to click on here to go to a little bit of a side thing that Tesla just introduced. Is called Powershare. So along with charging your Cybertruck, you have power on the go, home protection, and charge other EVs, right? So Tesla vehicles are equipped with Powershare technology, have onboard electronics to unlock your battery's ability to provide power whenever you need it, wherever you are. Whether you need to power a construction site, pregame, tailgate, another electric vehicle, or even your home during an outage. So that means bi-directional charging, just like a lot of other electric trucks have. And you have all these capabilities with this truck, connects with your Cybertruck, shows you the stats, everything. And here's some, different for home backup tabs and outlets. But let's do the home backup because this is the newest thing that Tesla has introduced, is the max continuous real power of just about 12 kilowatts, 11 and a half. LRA motor start at 110 amps, nominal voltage 240 volts. Certifications meets US and safety EMA standards, universal wall connector, Tesla gateway, backup switch. And you need to get a Tesla gateway. If you have Tesla solar and battery pack storage, battery wall already installed, you already have that, and backup switch is optional. Equipment sold separately, obviously, all that fun stuff. And some more awesome shots here. You can bring the power, just some awesome stuff. So you can help stranded Teslas or electric vehicles that need a charge. You can power your home. And on top of that, it's just an amazing freaking truck. And of course, you can charge very fast. So let's get back to the main Cybertruck page. Now let's get into the performance. Again, like I mentioned, 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds is a beast mode. Well, that's what they're calling the top tier tri-motor Cybertruck, is the beast truck or beast Cybertruck or Cyber Beast. I forgot the name. We'll see it when we get to the pricing page. Will maintain a high-speed stability with steer-by-wire. So steer-by-wire is confirmed. And rear steering, you get the handling of a sports car and a better turning radius than most sedans, which is out of this freaking it's pretty much out of this freaking world, man. Like that's pretty nuts. And you can see some different shots. Let's see, it's going through the footage again. Let's see here they're doing the quarter-mile runs, which is incredibly fast. That's awesome. Interior looks really sweet. I like how they just did the white only on the sides. I don't see any options in that when we get to the pricing page, but it looks like they're all coming like that, and the seats are black, which is nice. And it looks, really minimalistic. The wireless phone chargers are right here, and they kind of stick out. And some other stuff. Obviously, they have the biggest Tesla screen in the middle here, along with, a back screen in the back, 18.5 inch, 9.4 in the back, I can't wait to hear the audio. It's probably going to be even better than my, Model S Plaid. But let's look at some of the things they're saying here. Recording studio sound dynamics, which is true. It sounds like a recording studio on my Plaid, with 15 speakers, including 2 dedicated subwoofers that are located here and here, and a distributed amplifiers. That sounds awesome. Charge everything, 120, 40 volt, USB-C, 65 watt. That's awesome. Biodefense mode, if you guys don't know what that is, all Teslas have that. Moving on, you can expand, and this cool animation as I start to scroll down, this is, you can see all the night stars if you're camping and stuff like that, going places, adventure going, explore Tesla designs, upgrade for every scenario, every sold separately. So they're showcasing their little camping thing that you can do with the Tesla, a lot of other stuff. That's super cool. We're going to get to the accessories in a minute. Light up your world. Light bar illuminates your path up to 524 yards. So that was originally supposed to come on the original Cybertruck, but it did not. And you can get it separately. That's more than 5 football fields. Installation required. So this is, when we're going to go through these slides here, that is the extra stuff that they were talking about here. Obviously, the little camp tent, which is awesome. Bring your own tent. Going to probably go on sale here pretty soon. Just in case, you can do an all-terrain tires you have covered in any environment. Bring a spare tire for when you're going off-road assistance. That's awesome. Now, here's the game changer. And if you're looking at that, this takes up 1/2 of the bed. That is an extra battery. Yes, an extra battery that is sold separately and offers up to 470 miles of range, and that is on the all-wheel drive dual motor version for total range increase installed separately. Why is that important? Because no other EV maker has even thought of that to the point where you could take up 1/3 of the bed, not all of it, just 1/3, because you have storage under here that you can lift up and open, and add extra range after you purchase the vehicle. Now, this is why this is genius, because majority of truck buyers don't tow. And if they do, it's not far, right? And there are superchargers everywhere. I'm somebody that tows a 3,000-pound trailer. And when I towed with my Model Y, I got 120 miles. That was plenty for me because I didn't go an hour outside of the area where I'm towing. But I wanted to get a little bit more range with my Cybertruck. Now, the towing capacity of a Model Y is 3,500 pounds max, and both of these, dual motor and tri-motor, is 11,000 pounds. So I should get, theoretically, more range that I can go in my trips. However, this is awesome because I can buy my Cybertruck, and down the road, as the battery degrades, or if I feel the range is not enough, I can just buy this and they will install the service center extra, and I'll probably get close to 250 to 300 miles of driving range, which that is plenty. Now, there is pricing for this extended battery, and apparently it's in the code, but I don't know how to do that on my Mac. Everybody's saying Control-F, but I don't know what it is for Mac. So they're saying it's around 16K. That is not confirmed yet, but just the fact that it's after the fact that you're buying the Cybertruck makes it a winner. Because then people might realize that, hey, I don't need the extra range, and this base Cybertruck or this dual motor of 340 miles of range is enough. And then people are like, well, I want to tow farther. I can buy this after the fact. And it can also help people in financial situations that maybe they don't have enough for the extra battery, but enough for the truck. And then down the road, they can purchase the truck as they, purchase the extra battery that is installed, sold separately. And, be a little bit of a financial thing, or maybe slap it on a credit card that's 0% interest that helps them. Now, I'm trying to read up on this. I was assuming that it was going to plug in, if we go back to the 220 here, because that is NEMA 1450. It's confirmed 50 amp, but that would charge it too slow. So since they're doing a separate installation of this, I am assuming that there is a plug that we don't know about that is a high voltage plug that's somewhere in the front of the bed that connects this, which I guarantee that's what Tesla's doing. Now let's go on to the specs here. The range of the Cyber Beast, because they start off at the tri-motor, is 320 miles of range. If you add the extended battery, it is 440, 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, 130 miles per hour top speed, all-wheel drive, towing 11,000 pounds. That's awesome. Again, top range is 440 miles extended battery. Weight actually comes down below 7,000, which I'm surprised. 6,800 pounds, 120 cubic feet of cargo, 20-inch rims. They will offer other rims. I've heard seats 5 adults. We already talked about the screens. Ground clearance, already talked about. Overall length, 223 inches, overall height 70 inches, folded mirrors width 86, extended mirrors 95. Supercharging 250 kilowatt hour max, which is strange to me because this is an 800 volt architecture. So I don't know why it's only 250 when I think their superchargers are 350. This is very strange. Up to 128 miles added in 15 minutes. That's fast. Comes with Tesla's basic 4-year, 50,000 mile warranty for everything inside the vehicle, and the battery and drive units are just like my Plaid 8 years or 150,000 miles. Now, these are obviously utilizing the 4680 batteries. Now, awesome shot of this. Let's get into what you guys are wondering. So they do have a rear-wheel drive version. It's going to be available in 2025. Starts off at, let's get the actual pricing, $60,990, 250 miles of range, 0 to 66.5, just basic fleet truck, nothing crazy if you're not towing or, want to get Porsches and Hellcats, right? Then you have the all-wheel drive version, which is probably the most popular one at $79,990. Both of these qualify for the federal tax credit, and it seems like the Biden administration is going to be moving towards that idea that they had, that they're going to add the $7,500 during the purchase of the vehicle. So you no longer have to wait a year to claim it on your taxes. We saw these specs. 112 top speed, 600 horsepower, still fast, 11,000 towing capacity, all that fun stuff. Pricing was a little bit surprising for me at first, but when I heard about the extended range battery, I liked that I could buy it after, and I just wasn't stuck with the 340 miles of range, that I have the ability to get more if I end up needing it. Then we have the Cyber Beast, which is delivered in 2024 for both of these, obviously. 320 miles of range, 440, obviously, with the extended battery, 2.60 to 60, 130 miles per hour top speed, 845 horsepower, which is interesting to me because, again, why they did that, because they have the 800 volt architecture, they have the 4680s, they could do this at 1100 horsepower, but the torque is, it's very torquey, 10,000 pounds-feet of torque. That is absolutely bonkers, and that's where the 800 volt architecture is probably playing a role. 11,000 pound towing capacity, same on both models, which is very, very interesting. And that is pretty much everything for the Cybertruck that I have found. I don't know why, and maybe somebody else can tell me in the comments. I am just so excited for this range extender. That is literally going to blow the competition away, that even when your battery degrades, you can essentially add an extra battery that'll make it even longer, right? And for those of you that are saying that that's how much the battery costs to replace it, it's actually probably be a lot more than that. But it's actually nice that you can add that after the fact, that you just, if you want it, it's there down the road. I need more range, or because the degradation towing's not enough and you just don't want to stop as much. That is just so freaking brilliant on their end about that. So that's everything about Cybertruck that's included here. My thoughts: Detroit is finished. I meant that in the actual title. This thing is priced accordingly. You're not going to walk outside of a dealership, even with an F-150 Lightning, moving on to its gas counterparts, F-150, regular, Dodge Ram, Chevy Silverado, under $70K, with inflation, with everything right now. So this is priced accordingly. And of course, you're going to get that $7,500 tax credit if you get the all-wheel drive and eventually the rear-wheel drive. I did hear that this one is going to go ahead and be the first one that they're starting off with, the all-wheel drive dual motor. That is the first truck that they're starting out with. And then they're moving to the Tri, or the Cyber Beast, which is very interesting because usually Tesla, when they released a product on all four of their models, technically five, but the Roadster didn't count because they only had one tier, they would start with the high performance vehicle, or the most expensive, work their way down. But I guess they really just want to knock all of these out. And to be realistic with you, I'm already seeing in the Facebook groups, I'm already seeing in different groups that people are going to cancel their Cybertruck orders. And that was known, right? Elon's mentioned a few times during the shareholders meeting, through other stuff, that it's not going to be the same. Yeah, I mean, pricing wise, that inflation, and Tesla does do this when they have huge demand. They raise the prices, which is just, if anybody studies business, it's simple supply and demand, that, things will increase in price to drive people off. And then eventually, when the demand slows down after 5 to 7 years, they will decrease the prices and get people to come in after Cybertruck has been out, right? And that's essentially what's going on and what they're going to do, and why things are the way they are, right? But Tesla's playing it smart here. I think this is absolute beast. Detroit has nothing on this truck. It's actually built tough, faster than a Porsche. And like you saw in the beginning, it gapped a Porsche while towing a Porsche. So thanks again for tuning into Detroit Tesla. Hoped you liked the video, and I'll be posting some more soon.